First World Bank, DC. Looks like your average bank from the outside, but the taxman's hiding big secrets behind those walls. What if I told you that this bank holds a hidden extra vault containing 70 million in Mayan gold? Getting in won't be easy. Clues are everywhere, but you'll have to use some psychic trickery to have even a hope of deciphering them. See you on the other side and enjoy the payday. Welcome to In-Flux Interim, a spin-off series of In-Flux featuring moments from a game's history as one-off videos. Take for example Payday the Heist. 1 year after its release, the Wolfpack DLC was put on the market. With this, developer Overkill Software began an ARG, or alternate reality game. ARGs require direct involvement from the player base to complete an objective or solve a mystery using a mixture of online and real clues. In this case, Overkill included a secret area to one of the existing maps, and left the first clues for players. Comments from developer Bo Anderson which narrowed it down to the First World Bank on Overkill 145+ difficulty. He also suggested that cameras should not be shot. From here things only got more complex. The counterfeit heist featured a radio which played music, but in multiplayer it would switch to static. It was discovered that this created a spectrogram, a visual representation of static audio. In a spectrogram, the x-axis represents time, the y-axis the frequency of sound, and the color value is determined by the amplitude of the frequency. Decoding the image produced this. Great. What now? Lots of speculation, especially over the inclusion of the word Muria, the name Baldwin, and the number beneath it. And what did the arrows mean? Well, it took 4 days, but a match was soon found. The vault hallway in the First World Bank. The pillars perfectly matched the position of the 8 boxes, so the 4 arrows must mean players. Bo reared his head a few days later to drop more vague hints, but one in particular stood out. Guys, you have to have faith, and if you don't, just take a hint from the French. Sit down with a couple of friends in a quiet place and have a drink. It always makes me think better. This would reveal a new clue. The only place for a quiet drink in counterfeit would be Wilson's basement. In Wilson's house, a compass rug's southern point lined up with a painting of the Last Supper. Sitting on the 4 bar stools in a basement revealed a new static spectrogram, containing a code. Rearranging the second column produced Yggdrasil, a mythical tree, featured in a picture beside the Last Supper image. Bo congratulated the people who worked this out and suggested that they'll have people watch you take the gold. The rearranged numbers in the code, when considered as coordinates, pointed to a temple in Bolivia, the same one featured in a map in the counterfeit heist. At this point, some sequence-breaking clues were found in the game's files, which I'll disregard here for the sake of keeping this clear and concise. What's important is that Bo clarified and confirmed some existing speculation. In particular, he confirmed the 8-pillar theory, and he also suggested that Muria in the original spectrogram should be read backwards as aurum, the Latin word for gold. Despite these hints and nearly 2 months of searching, the secret remained elusive. Overkill decided to drop another hint, and it was a big one. To celebrate a year since Payday the Heist's launch, an anniversary poster was created. However, this was more than just a simple poster. In fact, it was quite unusual. Every heister was wearing a golden mask which featured a number, 145, and they all sat below 2 fully functional cameras. The decorations on the cake matched those of the first spectrogram. The words Prima Mundi Repam, which is probably not how you say it, written behind meant First World Bank in Latin, and the presence of the first spectrogram in the background all but confirmed that these were hints for the secret. The information provided in this image alone was enough to trigger the overdrill. So how was it actually done? 4 players would enter the First World Bank on Overkill 145+ difficulty. All would wear golden masks as implied in the anniversary image, and from the words in the first spectrogram. Aurum suggested gold, and Baldwin 1174 was a reference to Baldwin IV, who became king of Jerusalem in 1174 and frequently wore a mask to hide his leprosy. Upon entering the vault hallway, the 4 players had to stand in a position shown on a spectrogram without destroying the cameras. Though nobody suspected that at the time, Bo's "have people watch you take the gold" would prove relevant. A red light would then flash and beep at the desk, which was marked X on the image. Then, a drill would appear on a secret entrance beside the thermite location, which was also foreshadowed in the anniversary poster. This drill was not your ordinary drill, as it would take 7,200 seconds to complete. 2 hours. Finally, entering the door would reveal another door. After some quick searching, it was found that some of the tiles on the floor could be pushed, but doing so would release poisonous gas and lock the room. However, this was not the end of the secret. Overkill was notified that the drill had been found via an in-game achievement, and Bo congratulated the team who managed to find the Overvault. He then set the community a challenge: find a way into the vault in 30 days. Eyes quickly went back to Counterfeit to find a pattern that would match the floor tiles. And what do you know? There was one on the carpet right beside the compass. This had been identified earlier, but the significance then was unknown. It turns out that the concentric design of the Bolivian temple was a reference to the carpet's spiral design. The fleur-de-lis in the anniversary poster were also significant, as the poisonous lily foreshadowed the vault's gas trap. This symbol was also frequently used as a north point on old maps. Observing the distance and positioning of the carpet relative to the compass rug, and comparing this to the fleur-de-lis and tiles in the drill room, revealed the exact pattern required. They were in. The vault itself contained an incredible supply of gold, but it offered far more than that to anybody who completed the challenge. Those who played the greatest role in solving the secret would forever be recorded in a plaque within the Overvault. The 800 odd people who submitted proof of completion to Overkill before the deadline would be accepted into the Payday Secret Steam group, and would be able to play an early version of Payday 2. Essentially, the Payday the Heist Secret ARG was a final celebration of the game's success, before Overkill Software moved on to the next big project. And what a way to go it was. Once the original deadline passed, Overdrill was updated to be playable on any difficulty with any masks, and perhaps most significantly, the 2-hour drill time was reduced to half an hour. When the first World Bank heist was eventually ported to Payday 2, Overdrill was included with it, as a reference to the incredible ARG that occurred so many years ago.
But I'm not done yet!
You see, Overkill still had a trick up their sleeve. Another ARG for a secret, this time in Payday 2. Since the game's launch, it has held a secret which remains unsolved nearly 5 years later. However, over time the community has come closer and closer to finding this secret, and it could be cracked any day now. Who knows where it's lying, and who knows what it holds? The only thing that anyone knows for certain is that this story isn't over just yet.